A few years ago, I got this idea in my head that I wanted to hire a project manager. It sounded like the most amazing thing. I had this fantasy of working in this way where I could just have ideas and think of strategies, and then I could hand those strategies off to someone else who would make sure that they got implemented, who would divvy them up into tasks, oversee those tasks, and make sure they got done. It sounded incredible. It was a huge dream of mine. And at the time, I thought I couldn't afford it, but I knew I wanted it. So I'm like, okay, I have to figure out some way to make this happen. So what I actually ended up doing is putting out an ad on Craigslist for a project management intern. I thought, okay, well, I don't think, I can't really afford a project manager, so I'm going to go for, maybe there's an intern out there that knows a lot about project management. I don't know. And as a result of that, I actually got a response from a woman who said, I'm not a college student, I'm not really an intern, but I do have years of experience doing exactly what you're looking for, and I'm looking for a part-time job. The ad was for a part-time intern. So she's like, so I'm not really an intern, but it sounds like there might be some kind of match here. I ended up meeting with her. She just happened to be in the same city as me, even though I was like, thought I could hire someone anywhere. She happened to be in the same city as me, and she really ended up building my business by my side. It's really interesting to me now to think all my mind allowed at that time was, okay, I could get an intern. It didn't occur to me that I could actually have a full-time project manager who would truly run the day-to-day of my business. And as I bootstrapped my business, that's what that role evolved to. She went from part-time to full-time, and like I said, she's been really, really integral in the success of my business. And this year, she left. She left my business. She decided to pursue her own business full-time. And this has brought up so many interesting issues for me. One, there's the challenge of, should you hire someone entrepreneurial? Because they're probably going to go start their own business. But are you willing to sacrifice that for the time they spend with you? Or do you want somebody who's not entrepreneurial, who is not going to go off? Maybe they'll even do something similar to what you did. Are you okay with that? And I had this huge opportunity when I hired the new person. Who do I want to look for? Where do I want to take my company? What kind of background do I want them to have? These are all questions that apply whether you're hiring your first project manager, whether you're hiring your first virtual assistant, whether you're hiring a bookkeeper. The people that you work with are the fastest shortcut to making huge change in your business, because they're the ones putting in the hours and getting stuff done in your business. So that's what I'm talking about in this month's download, the journey that I went through, who I ended up working with, why I chose her, even though in a lot of ways she was a very unorthodox choice. And this is for you if you have been wanting to grow your team. Again, whether that's maybe working with people virtually for the first time, working with a part-time freelancer, hiring someone for a bigger commitment, maybe you haven't done that before. This would be outrageously valuable to you to have right from the beginning. The format is just like this. You can see I'm actually sitting on my couch here. There's no flash, there's no high production value. It's just me talking to you and telling you the truth about where I've been and what I've learned. So if that sounds compelling to you, if that sounds fun to you, I love hearing about this stuff, so I figure maybe you do too. If that sounds fun to you, join me for this month's download all about expansion.